It's another season of Rebel football, and today we kick it off in Ames, Iowa.
All the hype and all the talk was
start their season.
Ray Cheetany kicking off.
Ray Cheetany will kick it away to J.J. Moses. Great kick out of the back of the end zone, and Iowa State will start from its 20-yard line.
And this is what all down and play, because they've been letting Iowa State get outside of them. That's not where they want them to be. They want to be able to contain the football and allow the interior of trying to just guide the ball right now, Ben, instead of just firing the football. And, you know, that's going to come with more playing time and more experience, but he's got to use all the ability that he has.
Cheetany from 32 yards bangs it through, and UNLV capitalizes on the good field position. They don't get a touchdown, but Cheetany with the field goal. Ray Cheetany has it teed up. And the crowd here in Ames has been silenced in this third quarter. Cyclone offense has been shut down, and Cheetany hammers this one through the back of the end zone.
Through the end zone for the touchback. First and 10 Iowa State at his own 20.
Drop back to pass. He launches a bomb. A 40-yarder to Charles James. It's 21-0.
Coach Alexander, we worked on my feet all week and making better decisions, and that's what I did.
Leading by 21, UNLV adds 3 more. Ray Cheetany boots a 48-yard field goal into the wind. It's a rout. 24-zip. They get more. Late in the first half, Jason Thomas calls his own number. He dives into the end zone. Rebels score a record 31 points in the second quarter alone.
Coming on the punt is Ray Cheetany. He also kicks their field goals, kicks off. He's one of the highest rated kickers according to the NFL scouting service. Mike Rigel standing at his own 15. Rigel takes it at the 20. Juke moves, still on his feet, crossing the 25-yard line before he's finally brought down by the Rakes the tackle. Beth Mowens is on the sideline. Beth, what do you got?
Well, this is what can happen, like BYU just did. This is their injury report from a week ago. It's got 25 names on it. So many guys banged up. In fact, it's 3 pages long.
Provo, Utah, UNLV, BYU, Mountain West Game of the Week. Darren Horton along with J.C. Pearson and Beth Mowens. For the Rebels, they're improved, but today, a litmus test of sorts.
Yeah, they've had some...
Punted out of his own end zone. Mike Rigel standing just inside the 50-yard line. UNLV with a nightmare of a last series.
Yeah, that series, it seemed like they could not block anybody. BYU blitzed them 3 straight downs, and there was always somebody coming untouched. They knew that BYU was going to blitz them. They just haven't made any adjustments yet.
Minus 25 yards on the ground the Rebels have in their running game.
But the important thing with that also is that now they've got a punt from deep in their own territory. BYU's going to get the ball back in great field position.
Cheetany, excellent punt. Wow, 65 yards in the air, and it rolls almost to the 25. Wow, what a kick, 75 yards.
Well, when you got a guy like Cheetany back there kicking, maybe they won't get the ball back in great field position.
Let's take a look at the Buick first quarter stats, and they are how ugly are those numbers?
Man, real ugly.
Not only his record on the road, how about the fact in bowl games, 8 bowl games, John Robinson 7-1.
That's a sign of a good coach that can get his team prepared and get them to perform.
So 3rd down and 8. The Rebels trying to at least get the first down. Thomas, play action in his own end zone. Looking upfield, looking deep. Overthrew his man, looking for Turner, but he was triple covered out there. So now the Rebels will have to punt it away with 45 seconds remaining.
They're going to have to rely on Cheetany to try to get another one of those booming punts.
He has an excellent leg.
You can see this, Nate Turner, he's not going to be running alone very much today. They know that they're going to be double covering him. He's their big play receiver, and when they need a play, you better believe that BYU's going to be double covering that guy.
Cheetany once again out of his own end zone. The last time he kicked it 75 yards. This time he gets it inside the 40-yard line. Here's Rigel, and he's brought down at the 38. So with 31 seconds left to go, the Cougars have to go at least 40 yards to get in the field goal range.
Yeah, not only was that a great punt by Cheetany, but it was also great coverage by that punt unit as well.
And welcome back to Provo, Utah. 10-0. The Cougars on top of the UNLV Rebels here at halftime. And we had talked so much before the game about UNLV's offense, but it was actually the defense which got things going. Kevin Thomas got that interception early, and that kind of got the Rebels into the game, but they haven't been able to capitalize.
Yeah, that's exactly right. They've done well defensively. Special teams, Cheetany's had a couple big punts as well. They just need to get this offense in sync and try to get some points on the board.
As we take a look
at I guarantee you, they're trying to make some plays now, and Coach Robinson is pretty frustrated about that. Coaches don't like to see that, but, you know, these guys are trying to make some plays. They're just too close on the option right here. They've got to get their width together here, and the ball is just loose, and you can see Rudolph, he pitches it back to Thomas. Thomas runs around. Looked like he wanted to throw the ball at one point, but he just goes down, and, you know, that's something that I'm sure they didn't work on at halftime.
They just need to add some bloopers music to that. Here's Rigel at the 39, and fantastic coverage that time by the Rebels. Tackle made by Nate Riding.
Again, Cheetany's able to bail him out of a hole by coming up with a great punt. And I tell you, without Cheetany today, you know, this defense would be in a lot worse position. Even though they played well, you can only get put in so many adverse situations. They played well so far.
Engelman's first half. John Robinson as a litmus test. He wants to see how good his team is. And now he's taking on the class of the Mountain West Conference. Ball located on the 2-yard line. They'll run the option. Thomas keeps. Touchdown! What a play by Thomas. He just kept it. You can't coach that.
You can't coach that. This is just natural ability. They run the option because they know they can't run straight at BYU. They run the option. But look at Thomas. He bounces it outside, then he turns it in and hops back outside, just stretches out for a touchdown. Great effort by Jason Thomas.
Cheetany's extra point is good, and the Rebels are within 3. Jason Thomas, we told you about his ability to throw, but he can also beat you with his legs. He reaches across and gets the Rebels to within 3. Now in trouble as the Rebels are coming. They feel the momentum. You take a look at the scoring drive, 5 plays, 70 yards. They did it in 1:43. They had the big bomb to Mason, and then Thomas takes it in from a yard out to get the Rebels to within 3 here in Provo. Cheetany on for the kickoff. Peterson in his own end zone lets it roll through. As we take another look at that.
You have to go for the point.
Yeah, you got to take the points here. This is a tough defense. Anytime you can hopefully get 3 on the board. I think they were concerned about field goal protection, so that's why they called the timeout.
Cheetany with the attempt. It is up, and it is good from 28 yards away. So Cheetany is hit from 27 and 28 yards. And with that, the clock runs down. 13 for Air Force, 12 for UNLV. A 1-point difference. Couldn't be any better right now. Let's go to Times Square Stadium. Mike Tirico and Terry Bell.
Thank you, Charlie. So it's a 1-point game here as UNLV kicks the field goal before the break. An important game within the conference for Air Force up 1.
Without a doubt, Air Force has a chance right now to go 3-0 in the conference and take the lead, or at least top of the lead in the Mountain West.
With nobody stepping up, UNLV still looking for that ABC station.
To a reception. He did not set his feet and deliver the football the way he should have.
Crawford is back to field this punt by Ray Cheetany. Cheetany from his 12-yard line kicks a rocket, and Crawford backtracks. It takes a UNLV bounce. There'll be no return. And Cheetany pins the Wolfpack back to their 20-yard line. 4:42 to play in the first half. 14-7 UNLV. Their first win over Nevada since 1994, and they stormed the field on that night.
And led to the Las Vegas Bowl, too. That was a big year for Jeff Horton.
The South has risen.